So she weaned this unloved, or no mercy, whatever you want to call it, conceived again, this time gave birth to a son. Name him no people of mine. What do you have in yours then? Lo ami?
Lo ami.
Yeah, no people of mine. Lo means no, am is people, e is mine. No people of mine. Yahweh said, you are not my people and I am not your God. So, he uses the beautiful imagery of his own household and the names he gives his children by this seemingly unreliable woman. I don't like to portray women in this way, but that was obviously considered normal back then. Denounce your mother, denounce her, for she is not my wife, nor I am her husband. Let her rid her face of her whoring and her breasts of adultery, or else I will strip her naked exposure on the day she was born. I will make a wilderness of her, turn her into an arid land. I will not love her children, since they are children of whoring. Yes, their mother has played the whore. She's conceived, has disgraced herself. See, I don't really think Hosea is on the level of Amos myself, but it's still interesting. Original voice in any case, but same spirit as you see. More about God is going to withdraw his promise and choice. Line 12, these are the pay my lovers gave me. I'm going to make them into thickets for wild beasts. I will put an end to her rejoicings. I will, her feasts, her new moon, her Sabbaths, all her solemn festivals. I mean to make her pay for all the days she burnt offerings to Baal. Baal is the local Canaanite deity. Then she will say, line 7, so the numbering is messed up here because it's in 2 columns. It's like a poem in 2 columns. Like, you know, in the text it'll be like that, 2 parallel columns, so the whole numbering is all confused. That's why you're numbering, you've got 7s that come after 12s and so on. And it's just all completely messed up, the numbering. Forget the numbering. So, she'll say, I'll go back to my husband. I was happier then than now. And I'm going to lure her and put her and I'm going to lead her out into the wilderness. John the Baptist, Jesus sort of activity. I'm going to give her back to her vineyards, the valley of Hor, a gateway of hope, and she will respond as she did when she was young, when she came out of the land of Egypt. So this is the whole image of the people. When there were better days, like in the days of the revolution, not now under George Bush, you see, 200 years later or 500 years later. But again, does he know the legend, the story of the Exodus? Yeah, he does. When that day comes, it's Yahweh who speaks again, very much like Amos. She will call me my husband. She will not call me Baal. I will take the names of the Baals, the local gods, off her lips. When that day comes, I make a treaty on her behalf with the wild animals, and so on and so forth. This is some lovely imagery here. And let her sleep secure. I will betroth you to myself forever. Again, just like Amos, with integrity and justice. What do you have? Line, I don't know what line it is. I have 19 on that line. What line do you call that?
Righteousness and justice.
Yeah, righteousness and justice. Integrity. Same kind of thing. Tenderness and love. Faithfulness. And you will come to know Yahweh. And that day it is Yahweh who speaks. The heavens will have their answer from me. The earth, the grain, the wine, the oil, they will all flow. Jezreel, her answer. I will sow him in the country. I will love unloved. I will say to no people of mine, you are my people. And he will answer, you are my God. So pretty poetic, right? Nothing to quarrel with. You don't, it's not somebody did it or didn't happen. Did someone write this? Yeah, I think someone did. Okay, Yahweh says in chapter 3, go a second time. Give your love to a woman loved by her husband. Put an adulteress in spite of it. Just as Yahweh gives his love to the sons of Israel, that they turn to other gods and love their offerings, cakes or whatever. So I brought for 15 silver shekels and a bushel and a half of barley, and told her to keep herself quietly for me, not playing the whore or offering herself to others, and I'll do the same for you. For the sons of Israel will be kept for many days without a king, without a leader, without sacrifice, sacred stone, without ephod, teraphim. These are the things in the temple. Afterward, the sons of Israel will come back. They will seek Yahweh their God and David their king. They will come trembling to Yahweh, come for his good things in the days to come. Again, pro-Davidic. Now this sounds to me like it's after, written later. This sounds less authentic than Amos. Now, how do you know? It just sounds like it's a later look back, some of it, not all of it. And the number of the sons of Israel will be like the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured. In place where they were told, you are no people of mine, you will be called the sons of the living God. You have that? 2:1, 2:2. You will be the sons of the living God. 2, well, I don't know, it's all messed up. No, I don't know, 3 is, they put 3 ahead of 2 in my Bible. In any case, you will be the sons of the living God. The sons of Judah and Israel will be one again and choose themselves one single leader. And to your brother say, people of mine, your sister beloved. Probably this should go back before 3. My Bible's out of
Mine is in chapter 1.
Yours is in chapter 1, yeah. I don't know what this guy's done here. Well, Catholic Bible, Protestant Bible, who knows? In any case, we get the picture, right? You see that there's a... He's looking forward to a more unified time. And notice the sonship is plural, not a one-man son deal. You will be sons, but sort of like symbolic sonship, if you want to call it that. Because you're perfectly righteous, you become a son or a daughter of God or whatever. More of the same imagery. Listen to the word of Yahweh, chapter 4. There's no fidelity, no tenderness, no knowledge of God, perjury, lies, slander, theft, countries in mourning, adultery, violence, murder. Even the wild animals, the birds of heaven, the fish of the sea themselves are perishing. Sounds like today, huh? Yeah. There's no man to denounce, to rebuke. So here we get, just like Amos, it's you, priest, that I denounce. You're the one misleading the people, day and night. You, prophet, stumbling the ruin of your people. My people perish for want of knowledge. And I reject you from the priesthood. You have forgotten the teaching of